Hello everybody and welcome to the Bakersfield Pop Tennis channel. I'm Thatcher. I wanted to do a little bit of a instructional video on how to play pop tennis for people out there who are interested in playing but maybe haven't played tennis in their background. So pop tennis uses the same scoring as tennis, which is first to 6 games. And in each game you get points. You get 1 point is 15, 2 is 30, 3 is 40. Then after that you win the game. And so I'll try and explain as we go along. We're at 0-0 here. Max missed his first serve, so we gave him an extra serve right there. 0-0, first serve. So Viet and I won that point. You always say the server's point first, and then the returning team's point second. So right now it is love 15. Max and Noel have love. Viet and I have 15. There's a fault. You get 1 fault on your serve in pop tennis. In regular tennis, you get a first and a second serve. Pop tennis, just 1. There, you see Viet hit that short ball, really low short ball on his return. I knew that ball was popping up, so I ran in to try and cut it off. I just missed it though. So now it's 15-30. Ooh, and I just hit that a little bit too hard. 30 all, we say. It's 30-30. You can say 30 all. Each of us have 30 points. That's 2 points each. So Noel missed that shot. It's 30-40 now. So Viet and I need 1 more point to win this game. So we won that game. It's 1-0 now. In our videos, I put Viet and my score first, just to keep it consistent, but you'll always say the serving team's game score first as well. So 1-0. So now it is 15 love in this game. Again, love is 0 in points in tennis. So now we're up 30 love. Some of you might be pickleball players, and so that don't have a background in tennis, and that sometimes I notice. There we go, 40 love. Sometimes I notice pickleball players that don't have the background in tennis. They get confused with coming over to pop tennis and knowing how to score the game. So there we go. Viet and I are up 2-0 in game score. Remember, it's first to 6 games. You have to win by 2. So 2-0. That return is out. 15 love. Nice and low. You want to get those returns nice and low at their feet when they're coming in. 15 all. That way they're popping that back up. You have an easy down shot right at the guy at the net. And notice on the return teams, a lot of times you'll see me over here. I'm not all the way in because I want to wait and see how my partner hits his return before I come in. So he hit that return pretty high. The net man Max has a real easy shot right at my feet if I'm up at the net. So if I'm back, I have a little bit more time to hit a defensive shot back. So Viet's staying up. He's thinking I'm gonna, and I had that wide open down the line, but I just missed it. So now it's 40-15. A lot of times you'll hear guys say 4-5 for short, but 40-15 point score. Noel needs 1 more point to get a game. So they just won their first game. It's 2-1. Viet and I are up. So if you'll notice, Noel does that kind of lob serve. Well, on our courts, we have a hybrid pickleball pop tennis court. So the fences are really close on pop tennis, so it's hard to hit a return if that ball is real deep. So that's his strategy. You go down to Venice Beach, they have a lot more room behind you when you're returning or when you're playing. So I just hit an ace. You don't see aces too often. I just got an ace on Noel right there. He's making his excuses, but oh well. So 15 love. There we go. We missed that volley. It's 15 all. And I called it 5 all. So now it's 30-15. So we've got 2 points. That's 30. Noel and Max have 1 point. That's 15. So yeah, when you've got those low balls like that, it's hard to hit a hard shot. So you've got to play it touch. It's almost like a pickleball dink game at that point. You don't want to give the guys something too high they can put away. So there we go. Now it's 3-1 game score. So Viet and I need 3 more games to win the set, and we just play a 1-set match. Boom! Okay. Got that big forehand. I like to rip those forehands down the middle on them. So, love 15.
Christmas in July.
So I just ran through that shot. I didn't stop. I rushed it. So 15 all went right to the net. Take your time, set up when you're playing. Make sure you're not running through your shots. 15 all. It's about control and balance. Tennis and pop tennis. Very much about balance. Viet's got that big forehand too, right down the middle. And you'll notice we're not moving a lot at the net. We haven't played in a while, so there's not a lot of poaching, you call it, when the net man moves over, try and cut off the return. There we go. So now it's 15-40. Viet and I have 40. We're the returning team, so our score, point score, is second. 15 for Max and Noel. Put the overhead away. You'll notice those green boxes in the front. That's for pickleball. That's the kitchen in pickleball because this is a hybrid court, but it doesn't mean anything in pop tennis. So you just faulted there. Viet and I are up 4-1. So when let's see, if it's Viet serve, when he's serving, or I'm serving, yeah, he's serving, he'll call 4-1 game score. He doesn't call love point score. You don't need to do that. Just call the game score, your games first, and then the returning team's score. So 4-1. So I had to lay off that one. 15 love. Again, balance, control. You want to be moving forward. Always moving forward if you can. So 30 love here. It's very much about getting to the net, putting shots away. Especially in pop tennis, you don't have as wide of a court to play, so you don't have the angles you'd have in tennis. So there was a good move by Max. He saw that low ball coming into Viet. He knew that ball was coming up, so he moved over and just put it at our feet. And if you're just starting and just hitting slower, that's okay. But it's good to work on these things. great volley by Viet. He put it behind Noel. You saw Noel moving over, but Viet played that smart. That would have been a tough shot right at my feet, but it clipped the net. And our pickleball pop tennis hybrid courts are a little bit off on the net. The net, I believe, should be about 3 inches lower on a pop tennis court, but that's okay. We have fun with it, and it helps us when we play in Venice Beach. Great hands, great hands. Very fast hands game, pop tennis. Because it's such a short court, you've got to keep your racket, your paddle up, be ready for that ball to come right at you. And again, if you're beginning and you're just playing slower, that's okay. Work on your ground strokes, but also try and come into that net, put away shots. It doesn't have to be hitting it hard. Just have fun. And work on those strategies, hitting low at people's feet once you get the hang of it. It's a much easier game to pick up than tennis. Tennis, you're on a bigger court. The racket can really spring the ball off. We're playing with a flatter ball in pop tennis, so a little bit more forgiveness. And if you're a pickleball player, it'll really come off a lot more than you're used to on a pickleball paddle, but just take some time to get used to it. So now we're at deuce. 40-40 is deuce, and you have to win by 2 points, just like in the game score. You have to win by 2. So deuce, you have to win 1 point and then the next point to get the game. Great shot by Viet. Max got his racket on it and flipped it over. There was nothing we could do. So they got that point. Now it's advantage to them. So add in, we say. Because they're the servers, they're in. Add in. If the returners get the advantage, then it's add out. So if they get this point, they win the game. If we get it, it goes back to deuce. So I just went for it. 5-2, they got that game. Great defensive play, just kept it alive, and then Max made an error to get the point. 15 love. And I call 5 love, 15 love. So you'll hear that a lot. 15 all or 5 all. Tough shot, right down low. 30-15, so 5-2 right now. Remember, we're playing first to 6 by 2, so if Viet and I get this, we win this set. And we're only playing a 1-set match. You can play 2 out of 3 sets. Or men, if you're watching pro tennis, they'll play 3 out of 5 in the big events. So 30 all here. $40-30. There we go. So we're at deuce again. Action. Good shot down low again. Uh-oh, but I got an overhead. Just line it up. Just get there. If you play tennis, that's an easier shot. It's very much like overhead serve in tennis. We play underhand serve in pop tennis. There we go. That's game, set, match. Viet and I won 6-2. So if you're playing 2 out of 3, you'd start over and play again. Thanks for watching. Enjoy and get out there and play.
Viet Trong.